So in this example, we'll build out the snapshot focus effect using the slide master. Now the benefit to this approach, where we don't place or format our feedback layers, is that we can actually access the base layer the entire time. We don't need a close button to get out of a layer and return to the base layer. So we actually have access to everything, all the hotspots that we put on to the base layer. Simple to do, but here's what it looks like using this approach. Let's bring open a starting document. So just have an image right here on a layer. And what I'll do is I'm just going to select it and cut it to the clipboard. So Control X to cut it. Come up here to View, Slide Master, and it puts us back on the blank layout, which is totally fine. Control V to paste it. With this in place, I'm going to do a little formatting. So I want to come up here to Format. Maybe I'll recolor it to black and white and just maybe add some contrast to it, right? Anything you want to do, obviously, is totally fine. Go ahead and close out of here. So Slide Master, Close Master. And now I can't access anything here on the slide. Just going to rename that. Let's go ahead now and create a new slide layer. So we'll just call this one 1, and we'll just name each of these for each of the characters. So 1 through 4. I'm going to paste the graphic I just copied. I still have it on the clipboard. So if I press Control V, you can see that I pasted that original starting colored image on the slide. Double click it, and what we really want to do is just come up here to Format, Crop, and create a really quick crop around one of the characters. And we'll start with this first guy. Somewhere around there is fine. Make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. And I'm just going to click away to set it. So it's a real subtle change at this point, but if we add a frame, right, from one of the picture styles, we really get that contrast, really starts to pop. And maybe we want to make it just a little bit bigger, just to add even more interest, and tilt it or rotate it or something like that. So we have a starting graphic right here. We have a slide layer 1 pops up, and let's go ahead and duplicate this once, and we'll make another one for character 2. Now here's the neat thing. We're only working with this one image, so I can just readjust my crop selection because those pixels are still available here. So if I select the crop tool, check this out. I can just drag another selection around this other character. And because I resized that image just a little bit, made it a little bit larger, she's also going to be scaled up a little bit there. But I may need to move her over now since I did scale the image. Right? Just put her in place, and there we go. And maybe I'll rotate her this way. I can also apply things like slide transitions here. So if I want to do a simple fade smoothly, I can also apply it to all of my slide layers. Right? You'll see that the animation, the slide transition applies. So there's 2 quick ones. I could duplicate it for the remaining 2, but let's jump back to our base layer where we have our starting graphic. Insert a hotspot, which is really just like an invisible button. And I'll just draw one around character 2. By default, the trigger says, hey, where do you want to show? I want to show a layer. That's correct. I want to show layer 2 for her. And if I press my control key down, I can click and drag and make a duplicate of that hotspot. And for him, I don't want layer 2, but I want layer 1. Now let's give it a preview. So the hotspot is an invisible button, but when I get over it, you can see the cursor change. And there we go. Click him, and so on. So a quick way to add a quick interaction to your characters or interactive Q&A without having to create a bunch of additional images. Now, if I want to obviously bring in some things like note cards or additional info, I can do that and just animate those in as well. But that's really the effect. Just work from the slide master, create a copy of that image, paste it on a slide layer, and use the crop tool along with some formatting to really create those different image styles using really just one image. So hope that helps. We'll post these in the forums and let us know if you have any questions.